Hello, friends. Good morning. How are you? I thought to start off our week, we could spend a little time in the quiet and finding a little stillness before whatever happens next for you today, in the week, and maybe cultivating a space in ourselves that we can return to. When things get wild or something unexpected happens, that good or bad, someplace that we can return to and maybe regroup if we need, reset, and pause so that we can find the action maybe instead of the reaction. So we're asking a lot of our quiet today, but I think it's there. So if you haven't set yourself up already, I invite you to really take your time to really pay attention to how you're seated or laying down, whatever you might be today, noticing what it's like to maybe sit taller, bringing some length to the spine, allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears if they're up there, noticing the space that creates in the neck, finding relaxation in the scalp and jaw if you need. Again, kind of noticing the difference between maybe a little tension and a little relaxation. Closing the eyes if that feels good. Resting the hands in a comfortable position. And allowing yourself to feel what it is to be right here. Shifting our focus a little to the breath. What does the breath feel like in our bodies in this moment, the way that we're positioned? Does your body settle in a little bit more as you focus on the breath? And if you are sometimes kind of a fidgety person, either outside or inside your meditation practice, I invite you to notice those kind of inclinations to fidget or move when maybe you don't really need to. Maybe all that you need is to just be aware of that feeling and allowing it to pass, that need to shift or whatever it might be. And what is it to remain still instead? We'll spend some time in the quiet with the breath, just staying right here with it as best you can, returning to it with ease, just allowing distraction and attention to be part of the flow that you'll find in the breath, perhaps. Perhaps it's not so much the fidgeting of the body, but the fidgeting of the mind today for you. And it's okay if the mind feels loud in the quiet. I invite you to stay right here with it and notice how it feels to be kind of in that louder space in the mind, and even having a moment of quiet as you return to the breath and what it feels like, what the difference is. Perhaps the quiet feels a little more spacious, a little more full of possibility, even for a moment. But returning to the breath as many times as you need, however loud or distracted your mind might get. The breath is still here, and you can just return. We'll have a couple more minutes of quiet together. And before we go today, let's take just a couple moments to check in. I know that sometimes days get so busy, it can be hard to remember to check in with ourselves. So just pausing here to check in with how your body feels. Not judging anything you might find, but noticing what your body might be holding, what it might be telling you. Checking in with your mind the same way. How does your mind feel today? And finally, checking in with your heart. How is your heart today? And when you're feeling ready, let's take our 3 slow, deep breaths to close. Taking all the time you need here. Slow, deep breaths. And as you're ready, slowly starting to open your eyes if they've been closed. Coming back into the room, to the space you're in. Maybe taking a moment here yet to be still before jumping into what's next, maybe giving yourself some stretches or slow movement. Thank you so much for being here today, friends. If you've enjoyed this meditation and you're not already subscribed to the daily meditations, I hope you'll consider joining me. I hope it's a good day, friends. Take care.